What was your most embarrassing sexual experience? My mill walking into the room to give us morning coffee. While I was under the covers giving my husband, back then he was my boyfriend, a blowjob. I stopped when the door opened and stayed under the duvet. She then tried to talk to us and asked why I was hiding. Most awkward experience ever. How was she so dim? Why didn't she just pretend she didn't notice and leave? OMG. I think she had no idea what was going on, to be honest. She is a very conservative old lady. My parents moved me out into the middle of nowhere at the age of 16. There's a large field in the middle of the woods a few miles away. Me and my girlfriend go out there a few weeks after living there and proceed to get busy, and a few minutes later I hear a helicopter nearby. Don't think anything of it, and all of a sudden there's a large spotlight on us. The National Guard uses it as a training area to practice night landings. You guys peep in a field in the middle of the woods at night. When you have 4 sisters and 2 brothers, you tend to peep wherever you can. For a second I thought this was going Alabama style. Pedal faster. I hear banjos. Peeping on a sofa bed, and it folded up with us in it. We had to get her sister to come unfold it so we could get out. Got a scar on my rump to this day where I got jabbed with a rogue spring. Is that how your username came to be? My stepfather liked to joke around and ask embarrassing questions. He asked me and my wife how was the upside down sex last night. She hit me on the shoulder saying, "You told him." I said no. "But you just did." My stepfather went beet red. He never gets embarrassed. He never made any sex jokes with us after that. Well then. That's not embarrassing. It was an effective deterrent. Had sex in a Mini Cooper. This was back in high school and it started raining on the way to the car. Girl's feet got muddy. Woke up in the morning to my dad because he had to grab something from my car and asked why there's footprints on the roof, windows, etc. Sex in a Mini Cooper. Well done. I've got a collie who figured out how to open the doors in my house. My wife, fiance then, and I were starting a rough and tumble when my precious boy Phoenix runs in and starts licking my foot. I laughed and kneed her in the vag. Yet it didn't go well. At first I thought collie was some kind of British term for colleague, and I was like, WTF. Man, I hate when my colleagues figure out how to use doors. Sex was getting good and I asked him to go harder. Dude's response? He punched me in the face. I started crying. I never been hit like that before. He apologized by saying, "Oh sorry, I was pretending you were my ex-girlfriend and she liked being punched in the face." I'll take red flags for 200. Being the third wheel in a threesome. Never again. Edit for who is asking for story time. 3 of us went to the movies and back to his place. Nothing planned. Heat of the moment stuff. She 37F says she would like to watch him 42M and me 26M do it. Halfway through it he loses. Ahem. Power. And she snatches him for herself as I lie there bored. So now you're the first wheel. Right? Unicycle. Cops busted down the door of a bedroom of a party I was at just as I was coming from a blowjob. She bolted and it's just me and the cop with my dick still pulsing. He goes, "Jesus beeping Christ, get the beep outta here," so I had to tuck and run. Cop definitely wasn't expecting to see that when he busted the door down. LMAO. Wasn't the only thing that was busted. Drank too much and woke up next to a girl realizing I had pissed the bed. I grabbed a half-empty beer from the end table and threw it on the bed to play it off as a spilt beer. She played it cool at the time, acting like she believed me. But as soon as we started seeing different people, she said I owed her a new mattress. Sounds like something my buddy would do when he gets blackout. He just pulls his dick out and pisses literally wherever. It's not like I just pissed on her bed for speeps and giggles, lol. I don't know what it was, but right when I got to college I had a couple mishaps. Maybe 3. Never happened before and hasn't happened since. Speep was embarrassing as hell though, lol. My very first hand job ever was a palm job. Lying on my back. Her on my side. No finger usage. Just palm. From testicles, yes, testicles, to the top of my erection. No lube. I didn't get off. And the thorough destruction of my balls lasted several days. Never heard of a palm job before. This is why we invented palm oil. Kids. Midway she said she was tired and made me go home. Give your money to Ethi or population matters. To answer your queries, yes, I think she was being polite and it was a performance issue, but I still like to think she actually was tired, because I've been too tired to wank, so it's not out of the range of possibility. I went back to my mate's place where I'd come from and people started asking me if I'd gone to see a girl for sex since I was gone for less than an hour. I just told them no. Off beep rip. I farted while getting eaten out. He proposed about 4 months later though. So it worked out, LMAO. LOL. One of my ex-girlfriends tried going down on me after we got home from eating a meal at a restaurant. I kept losing my boner. And she couldn't figure out why. I finally had to admit that I was so gassy from the food we ate that I was clenching my butt cheeks together trying not to fart. And I couldn't relax. Good times. One of the first times my wife and I hooked up was after I made burritos for dinner. In bed later I bent her knee back as I positioned myself between her legs and it pushed out a huge fart. It was the first time either of us had farted in front of each other. She was so embarrassed but got over it. Now it's one of those cute stories she tells people while chiding me for feeding her Mexican food before sex. My ex and I decided to play a game. The deal was she closed her eyes and I could do anything to her I wanted. I said, anything. She assured me I could do anything to her I wanted. So she closed her eyes and laid down. Then I put my testicles onto her closed eyelids and she got so upset. I still feel bad about it to this day. AHH. The Arabian goggles. My first time. She gave me a blowjob and when I was about to come she said, let's take this to the bedroom. She gave me a condom and bent over the bed and couldn't stay hard. Probably a combination of nerves. Standing up. And the condom. But pretty embarrassing. She ended up giving me another blowjob. But she said she hates the taste of cum and to tell her when I was about to. Every time I was about to she would stop sucking and just slowly. And I mean very slowly. Jerk my dick. I ended up going home with blue balls. That's the worst when you're just about to blow and then the pace or feel gets changed and boom. Gone. Or when someone asks if you're going to come soon. Well, I was. But now I can't stop thinking about how long it's taking me to finish. And the longer it takes the worse I feel and the boner is gone. We weren't feeling the position we were in. We decided to change position and she accidentally head-butted me and I ended up passing out from blood loss in an empty bathtub. Holy speep. What the hell happened next? I woke up in my bed the next morning with my housemate pounding on my door asking why the bathroom looked like a scene at an abattoir. I'm wondering why you didn't call an ambulance. Holy crap. USA perhaps. I cracked my skull open and I took a pedal bike to the ER. I sure as hell ain't paying $3K for an Uber with morphine. I'm a type 1 diabetic and my blood sugar tanked while doing the dirty. I went soft inside her. She was very understanding. I ate some candy. And we were back at it 5 minutes later. Can't shake the image of some dude hitting it doggy with a giant cotton candy in hand. Pounding a girl in doggy. She starts coming and I see a bit of poop come out of her asshole. I push it back in. Later she says she liked how I played with her ass right when she was coming. Nope. I love that your instinct was to push it back in undefined. Well, she hadn't pinched it yet. So as far as I was concerned, return to sender. What did I just read? What a terrible day to have eyes. Honestly, the way he explained it made me experience it too. Had sex in the, as we later found out, only working toilet of an intercity train. We came out to a queue of, like, 5 people giving us the mean eye. I was with a friend and we were getting busy. Though I was probably hit by stress because I had to stop everything and ran to the toilet. I had the biggest diarrhea ever and I swear, he probably could smell it from his room. I wanted to disappear. Been there. Went on a first date. We went to a speepty 24-hour breakfast place and talked for a few hours over food, dessert and coffee. Went to his place and it was getting hot and heavy and I was sweating profusely. Managed to hang on until he fell asleep and it hit me. I blew up his bathroom for about an hour. I woke him up and asked him to bring me home, but he wouldn't. Said go to sleep and I'll take you early tomorrow. I proceeded to punish the plumbing all night. I had the worst food poisoning of my life. I didn't realize he had 2 roommates with rooms on either side of the bathroom. No way they didn't hear me. We dated for a while, so I guess it wasn't a deal breaker.
Hey guys, if you like this video then smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more contents like this. And don't forget to press that bell icon to get notified for future videos. Thanks for watching. Click here to see more videos.